Alright, now Kodak Black, he was on Drink Champs with Nori, and they was picking you gotta choose one to take a shot game that Nori do on there, and it came up choices between 21 Savage and Future. Now, instead of Kodak just picking, Future like that's who he picked, instead of just saying Future and moving forward, he had to give a little story about, I guess, the current relationship between Kodak Black himself and 21 Savage. So basically, Kodak Black was saying that he felt like 21 Savage changed up ever since he got that album with Drake, and that he be acting a little different, moving a little weird with him now. And he said, I think Kodak said he wouldn't even do a project with Drake now because Drake did one with 21. I guess he don't like how 21 acted. So this prompted 21 to come out and say, bro, I ain't act no different. I always messaged you, I always fooled with you. You was cool. I don't know you. Ain't like 21 saying it ain't like we grew up together. 21 said that him and Kodak first time ever meeting was on the freshman list, the XXL freshman, whatever year that was. They was both in that class together. That was another issue Kodak Black had because 21 Savage was asked who he think would win in the verses out of all his freshman class, and 21 Savage said himself. So 21 Savage is addressing that, saying like, well, look, of course I'm gonna say myself. And 21 Savage said, and Kodak, you supposed to think that you gonna win the verses, you the best one, and everybody else that was there supposed to think they gonna win. That's just what it is. Why did you get mad about that? 21's like, ain't nobody switched up. I always been cool. I always fooled with you. 21 said he had a song with Drake even before that freshman list. So to 21, in his opinion, it seems like Kodak Black is just getting a lot of hate and trying to come up with an excuse to hate. Well, there may be some truth to that because we found out that Drake had been allegedly promising Kodak Black a project for years, and Kodak has been feeling the type of way that usually when Drake does a song with an artist, Drake drops it on his own stuff, but Drake would send the music to Kodak and tell Kodak to drop it. So Kodak's like, well, why you not giving me, the full, the full experience of working with Drake to the full benefits, you know what I'm saying? And having your fans play it on your stuff and big up the streams. That'll help me more than if it's on my site. Like, Kodak ain't no slouch. He get views, but he ain't getting Drake views. So it's better for it to be on, under Drake's whatever you call that thing on the streaming services, and in his section of music. So what could be something that has absolutely nothing to do with 21 Savage, but more so about Kodak Black and Drake, seems to have come at 21 and caused issues there. So I don't know. So far, nothing's been going on. Hopefully they squash it behind the scenes. Seems like it's much ado about nothing, and a good conversation could end that. And hopefully that happens because two, good young brothers. I would hate to hear if they stop messing with each other over something so minor, and they can still be making music together, making money together. And Kodak really don't want to hurt that relationship with Drake. He can reach out to Drake. I'm sure him and Drake seems like they had a pretty good relationship. He can be talking to him about that. So I think it's better, to communicate with each other instead of, if you feel like something personal and you got a relationship with a homie and you can hit him up instead of just going off on somebody on an interview for what you're perceiving things to be, right? Because he's perceiving that 21's switched up, but he don't know what's going on, so had a conversation. Now, what also happened with this interview is that everyone was saying that Kodak Black was looking like he was tweaking, and I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't watched the whole interview, but I've seen a few clips, and I'm talking about a variety of topics. And yes, he definitely seems like he tweaking out. Like, I know, he's not the best, the most articulate person. He's not the best with the speech, but he don't usually sound that, slouched, or maybe not slouched, but talking that fast and mumbling more, and you really can't hear what he's saying, and just going a mile a minute. Like, he was talking real fast, wasn't really coherent with the way he was talking about it. And I've heard previous Kodak interviews from the past where he still got his accent, his slang, still stutter a little bit, but at least he can make out what he's saying more. It's more clear, and I ain't gonna hold you, I've seen a lot of people messed up before, and he definitely gave signs of that. We don't know nothing for sure, but somebody who saw it and felt concerned for Kodak Black was Ray J. Yep, out of nowhere. Maybe not out of nowhere, because Ray J and Kodak, they were at the White, or not, they did meet up with Trump. I don't know where it was at, Mar-a-Lago or some other place. So it seems like they have a cool relationship. Plus Kodak is cool with Wack 100, who is Ray J's manager. Now, Ray J reached out. He put it on social media, probably tweeted it, and said that that interview with Nori wasn't cool. Kodak Black need help. We need to get him some help. He looked like he, pretty much looked like he owned something. Kodak didn't appreciate that. Cursed out Ray J. Said he'll beat him down, whoop his, and that sparked Ray J to come out and say, "Hey, well then let's shoot the fade." Of course, Whack 100 always loving to get into some nonsense. He sent out to Kodak saying, "Hey man, either stop talking about Ray J or shoot the fade." Now, what's most likely gonna happen? Nothing. They probably squash it behind the scenes. Nobody in these, and none of these celebrities gonna ever really shoot the fade unless y'all right there. The only person that was really out here shooting these fades for real was Tory Lanez, and look where that nigga at. So ain't nobody trying to be like Tory Lanez right now. So yeah, that's crazy. And like I said, I don't know if Kodak Black is on anything. The only thing I can go off of is how he was acting in that interview, how I've seen him act in previous interviews, and if he is on something, if he do need help, hopefully he got people close to him reaching out to him, and hopefully he's willing to get the help. I do know that he had addiction problems before, and he went to rehab, so that does show he is open to get help. And if this is one of those cases, then great. If we overreacted, maybe he just a little bit lit with whatever else he was doing and just maybe went a little overboard, well then okay, my bad. But it's all a lot of concern, it's all a lot of love. But what do you think, man? Then Kodak is on one wilding out with 21 Savage, or do you think that 21 Savage could potentially have been acting fake with him? And even more important than that, does Kodak Black have an addiction problem? Yes or no?
It's the Wackast Podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
It's the Wackast Podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.